Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. I'm pre-filming this video July 29th, but I expect with the way that July has been going as a reading month, that these are probably the last books that I will read this month, but I'm not completely sure. Again, it's only the 29th. So anyway, without any further ado, the first book on this list is called The Third Daughter. Also, I am fully aware that you can hear the cicadas. Sorry about that. Anyway, this book, if you didn't know, is a YA sapphic fantasy following two sapphic characters who must work together to save their corresponding sisters. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so good. And I had really high expectations for it, and I'm so glad that this book lived up to those expectations. First of all, the magic and the world building was so well done and so imaginative and so well developed. The plot was so engaging and so intriguing. The dual perspectives worked so well. And I loved getting to know the characters individually. And I loved their romance so much because it was based on such genuine chemistry and connection. And I truly loved them so much. And their relationship with each of their sisters made so much sense. And I just really enjoyed this book so much. I was so swept up in it from the beginning to the end. Everything about this story felt so well paced and so well done. Honestly, I would say that this is probably my favorite book by this author so far. I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Vivian Lantz's Second Chances. This story is a middle-grade contemporary following a young bisexual main character who's stuck in a time loop of her first day of 8th grade. This story is absolutely so excellent and so well done. One thing about me is that I love a time loop. I love it so much. Literally, absolutely one of my favorite tropes ever in TV, in books. It's done so well here. Because sometimes I'm a little hesitant about it because occasionally it becomes too repetitive. But in this story, it was done so well. I loved how each time loop introduced something different about the characters or their dynamics or something, so that it didn't become too redundant too quickly, if that makes any sense. But anyway, the plot was so intriguing and so engaging. The characters were so well developed and so distinct. I loved the family dynamics so much because they felt so authentic and so well done. The queerness was awesome and lovely and absolutely splendid. The friendships were so wonderful. I love this book so much, and it's absolutely so good and so underrated. Literally, I had such high expectations for this book. It was on my June TBR, and I was really excited to read it. But anyway, I'm so glad that it lived up to those high expectations. So overall, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Delgado Jumps In. And if I've mispronounced her first name, please let me know. But anyway, this book is a middle-grade contemporary following a young Dominican main character as she is navigating her new juvenile idiopathic arthritis diagnosis. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. First of all, the disability representation was spot on and top-notch and absolutely so excellent because I felt the main character's emotions right from the start, and I truly felt everything that she was feeling. You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The family dynamics made so much sense, and they felt so authentic and so well done. This book is so good. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. The free verse format was so lyrical and so pretty. This author is unbelievably talented, and I will gladly read more from them in the future because this book felt so good and so authentic, and it's so underrated. The friendships were lovely and wonderful. Like I said, the family dynamics made sense, and I understood all of them so well. This book is so good. So anyway, with that said, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Their Vicious Games. This story is a YA contemporary thriller that follows a young black main character who enters into a deadly competition in the hopes of getting into her dream school. This story is absolutely so excellent and so well done. all of its hype and so much more. If there's one thing about me, it's that I love competitions, especially in fantasy settings. In contemporary settings, I don't usually love them because the stakes don't feel like adequate or authentic, so the whole concept seems more silly and ridiculous than anything else. But in this story, first of all, the high stakes, the intensity reminded me of like Squid Game. You know what I mean? Like, it was absolutely so thrilling, and it hooked me from the beginning to the end. I was literally on the edge of my seat because I had no idea what would happen next, and I was just in it so much. This book is so fantastic. The characters are so well developed and so distinct, and I became so emotionally connected to them from the beginning. This book is so iconic, and it's so good. And I definitely understand the comparison to Ace of Spades, or at least the hype surrounding that book. But unlike Ace of Spades, the hype is real. This book is so fantastic, and I love it so much. The plot is so engaging. The world building was excellent. Everything about this book was so good. So anyway, all that to say, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list is called Bonesmith. This story is a YA fantasy following a young ghost-fighting warrior who must venture into a haunted wasteland to rescue a kidnapped prince. I was really excited to read this book, hence why it was on my July TBR, because I had read the author's previous Crown of Feathers trilogy, which I absolutely love so much, but unfortunately this book is not as good as that series, and I think the main reason is because the world building is a little bit too complicated for me personally to understand. However, with that said, I will be reading the sequel just because, first of all, it's a duology, not a trilogy, and second of all, I am interested in some elements of this book. First of all, the romance was so well developed and absolutely so well paced. I love the chemistry. I love the two individual characters. The perspectives made so much sense in this book. The world building, it was interesting and intriguing. However, for me, like I said, it is hard for me to understand like the full concept of what's happening sometimes. But the plot, it was intriguing and it was engaging. And like I said, I love the romance so much. This author does such a great job at creating such wonderful, lovely romances. Like, literally, I love their chemistry, I love their connection. It made so much sense. But anyway, overall, with that said, I did rate this book 3 out of 5 stars. So, with that said, take it as you will. So, in conclusion, July has not been the greatest reading month, and I really have high hopes for August, and I really hope August makes up for it. I know you're watching this video in the middle of August, so what I'm saying now on July 29th is probably really irrelevant. But anyway, in conclusion, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the frog emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!